Hello and welcome to Talking Leeds, another match reaction show with myself, Arron Marshall, and Mr. Gerry McNamee. The penultimate game of the regular season for Leeds, Gerry. It was party time in
Yeah.
LS11. What a shout out there at our former channel there, LS Party Time in LS11, Gerry. What a
Yeah.
grand time to be alive.
Monday is fun day, isn't it? Really, that's the way it's two Mondays. That was pure. It was just beautiful. It was emotional. It was noisy. It just encapsulated everything. As we said so many times, this isn't Leeds. We had promotion in the bag. You're thinking, oh, they're going to be hungover. Will they be up for it? My God, they were up for it. We were playing, as you were saying off air, we're playing the fifth team in the league. I think more about the league. The league is pretty poor, but yeah, we're about 30 points ahead of Bristol City, and we absolutely battered them. And it could have been another 7 or 8-0. I thought we were up for it. It was great. The noise, the atmosphere, the colour, the scarves.
The scarf, yes, the scarf.
You want to buy a scarf for 200 quid? Apparently, we were saying they're online.
You could buy. Anybody wants to buy this off me? 250 quid. I'll even come and deliver it yourself to you personally. 250 quid. There you go on eBay.
Those people will do it for him. But new stadium. I was disappointed my new seat wasn't there last night. I thought it was ready. Yeah, the love for Daniel Farke. You know, I think the fans made it known that they want him there. There was money behind the bar in the Peacock. Pat Bamford, that basketball player I've never heard of, Lance, whatever his name is, fair play. And it was just lovely. And then the only downside was I had a 5 on 3-0, so bloody largy and your finish. Take it with you. Yeah, that was great because he was celebrating last week. He thought, "Oh, you've been a bit off at largy," but yeah, he came on and that was great. And we 4-0. It could have been 10, really could. And Bristol City, I think, fair play to their fans. I noticed stuff on social media today. They were joining in the dancing, and Bristol City's one of those clubs. It's got great facilities down there, nice food places, but I wouldn't begrudge them winning in the playoffs. But like a lot of teams, and I've said it so many times, there's no team that I've seen that are any good or any better than us, and they were championshipy right up to their necks, and wasn't good. But that wasn't what we were there for. We were there to get promotion, celebrations, and it was nice. It was nice to celebrate it with the people who are around you, the people who you're put beside, and you sit beside them for years. And there's people around us, and there's just hugs, and it was great. And we just it was nice that we were all there together, because we've watched some awful games, been through some awful times, left in disgust. And even for the staff at Leeds and everything, it was a beautiful night. And we got 2 more to come. We got Plymouth on Saturday, and I'm convinced we'll win that. I would not be surprised if we get to the 100 goals. I think we will get at least 5. And we got the parade, of course, and then we sit back and look forward to all these players are going to buy and get Premier League ready for whenever it is. Our first game of the season will be away at Everton. I just got that in my head. We'll be opening their new stadium. So there you go. You've heard it first.
It'd be good, wouldn't it? I just want to touch on the game itself as well, because obviously there's some to talk about. Apparently the 5th best team in the league, Bristol City, by far one of the worst. I think Leeds, it was pure dominance, wasn't it, Gerry? I don't really look into the stats, but I'll hit you with some of the stats here. 3.39 expected goals, 12 shots on target, 1 shot on target for Bristol City, 75% possession compared to 25 for them. It was just, you look at it, and I'm looking at live score now. Goalkeeper saves 8. It was just, and that O'Leary for them was, I think he had the gift.
Aaron's third choice. That was a good thing I saw last night. We were pretty pleased with him. I had more touches in the box last night than they had. And that sounds bad, doesn't it? But yeah, you know what I mean. I had more touches than anybody. They picked the wrong time to play Leeds as well. Leeds were confident, buzzing. Still got that title to win. And
it felt, didn't it, though, Gerry? I don't know about from when I was sat in the Kop. And Bear, can I just give a special mention to the Kop? That was probably the loudest I have heard it since the Premier League days. And what was nice about it, they were demanding all the different stands. It was back to the old days, the Cop. They were in fine form. It's only the South Stand, isn't it, these days, to get the place rocking. But I think the Cop did it. It was back to its old self last night. But what was it? Yeah, I just think it was very Premier League-esque, that performance for me. It was pure dominance, complete, controlled, calm, brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, the goals as well. The first goal, I think the fans started to sing Tanaka's name, and there was a corner come in, and it was close. You could see in that back post, and there was a bit. I thought Pirro got a shirt pulled. Went back out to Solomon, and when it came across, he's on money. He didn't. He just passed it onto the keeper, and is that 5-6 goals he's got this year. And then you just thought we're going. I thought from there, we're going to win this. And total control of the four at the back, or Farke, wherever he was playing. And then when we got the second goal, I mean, what a pass by Pirro. His link-up play in the last few games has been excellent. And he looked up and he just curved one in straight onto Willie, and Willie finished it. And nice finish to the season for Willie. He's got his 2 goals, and nice to see him smiling. And then Largy comes on. He puts a cross in. That's 3-0, and then a long ball out of the fence, largely one touch, and then puts in the bottom corner, and it was beautiful. It could have been any score. You look at the stats since the Luton game when we were worried, and we've won 5 and conceded 1 goal in those games, 5 out of 5. The stats are showing up. It's our record number of points. If you allow for 3 points for a win in the olden days. This is the most. I'm convinced we get 100 points. I really see a steamroller in Plymouth. I don't know if there's any Plymouth fans going to be there. I hear Leeds fans are going to be there, and not just on the Leeds end. I hope everybody knows what they're doing. And it's just a lovely warm feeling. Could you sleep last night? I got myself and my son. We just in Billy's bar, and we had a couple of drinks. I was driving, so there weren't real drinks for me. And I got home, and I had to look through social media before I knew it was 2:30. And you don't get that feeling. The amount of times I come home and look at the game recorded, delete, and you think, I don't want to watch that again. I'm in throes of watching it. I've watched the highlights. And I don't think you get the measure of the noise in that ground last night looking at TV, because it was loud. And every song, we're going through all the old hits, all the players, everything.
Everything was better. It was. What was nice as well with the yellow scarves, which you've got yours on, I've got mine behind me. It was just nice just to sit back and watch it, because we haven't. You've got to remind yourself that we don't do this easy. It reminded me as well. I don't know if people think in the comments. It reminded me of a playoff game, but not a playoff game. If that makes sense. There was a lot riding on it, and it was just get the job done. On to the next one. They've got to win the bloody league now, haven't they, Gerry? It's theirs to lose. At
worst, if we didn't win last night and didn't win the title, it's not the end of the world. We've always said getting promotion was the thing. When we played Derby that time, and that's a game that kept coming back to me last night. When I thought the atmosphere and scarves and everything else. And Norwich last year, but you still had to go to Wembley and that. But this was. It's party time, and your winning was the bonus, and there was something on the game. But you feel the soul of Leeds, and you look at the Premier League, you look at Man City, in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, and they're thinking half their side is empty. The soul of the Premier League. I think we'll bring something back to the Premier League, and I think a lot of clubs are looking forward to it. But a lot of clubs. They don't bring the support we do in any of the divisions, and it's nice to be part of this tribe. For all us, as I say in Arron, if you're not from there, you're a blow-in. I'm a blow-in. I'm not from Yorkshire. Like thousands of Leeds fans were from. There was Irish, Swede. I saw a Swedish flag again last night, and this is just a family. It's not just about. But we're just glad to be part of this Yorkshire tribe. Yeah,
there's a Norwegian lad who sits literally like three seats down. He was giving everybody hugs and everything, absolutely loving it. And it just shows how global this club is, isn't it? It's and everybody buys into it. And I didn't get home till 11:15 last night. You know, the tiredness. Every minute was absolutely worth it for me, and to see them celebrate as well like that. Obviously, it would be nice with a trophy, but it doesn't matter. They've done their moment. You got front row seats, didn't you, Gerry, in the West Stand there watching that. I've got goosebumps thinking about it. If I'm being honest, I really have. It doesn't happen this very often.
No, and we do. The last time, of course, the ground was empty, and part of you felt this was 2020. I'd love to have seen a few of the but sure, Dallas is there. He's working for Sky, but you'd love to have seen. I mean, Bielsa would never come back. He's too humble to do that. Would you just love that if they were on the bus next week, a few of those lads, because they deserve their moment as well. It was a nice picture of Melier, Pascal and Bamford. They pose, I think, similar pose they did when we won. They're probably the three survivors, and I don't think there's anybody else left. Probably a couple of younger lads, and all the players coming out at the end. Harry Gray, who's having the best time of a 16-year-old can have. I think the only person who's having a better time is Jayden Bogle's son, who was running all over the pitch and was stealing the show. And we forget we've got another cup final tonight. We're playing with Sutton. And I see there's people travelling, and there'll be a few hundred Leeds fans there, and that is dedication. The cup nobody wants to tell us about, but I'm hoping there's a thread somewhere where we can watch that. But that'd be brilliant if we win that trophy, and 2 trophies in a week. I know it's only National League, whatever I don't even know what it's called. So
the National League Cup, isn't it? It's a thing they've brought back. It's the National League EFL trophy, isn't it? The Johnson's Paint Trophy for the National League.
And it was a SOP. They say, oh, look, you can play Premier League teams, even though they're under 18s, under 21s, but we're not giving you replays. And a lot of the National League teams, a couple of them said, forget it, we don't want to be involved. But hey, we don't care. It's a trophy if we win it. And it's Steve Morrison, Sutton's manager. So think back to last night and watching all those playing. You think we had to watch Dross like him and Neil Warnock and all his merry men and all that. We the whole decade of that. Ken Bates, Cellino, all that. And, fair play to Ramzani. I mixed them up now. The fella used to own us.
Andrea Radrizzani.
That's the fella. He started the ball rolling. He hadn't got the resources, maybe too big an ego, but he started it. Maybe went wrong. But these guys have come in and, they try and spoil it for us. And the whole thing about Daniel Farke this week, I'm so angry about that. The guy deserves it. It shouldn't even be a discussion, but they just want to. It starts with talk shit sports station. They can have to have an argument, and that's the news headlines. And then some idiot from the Daily Mail. That's all you need, the Daily Mail writing about. And then the Guardian goes, oh, the 3 men lined up. Ancelotti's son. Or maybe it could be his granny. I don't know. Some German manager, and who was the other guy? There was somebody.
Jose Mourinho's been linked as well.
Mourinho's been linked with somebody else, and you think, why? Why would you take on that? Farke deserves his chance. I'm hoping. I mean, even saying, "Oh, the owner's coming over." Yes, the owner's coming over because we're getting promoted, and he wants to be there. I'm sure he's talking to Farke. Yeah, if we won 1 game in 15. That probably will. That's the way football goes. But Daniel Farke, I think, has done a great job. The fans in the stadium, I think even before the game, Tony DeRiga was doing a spell in the lounges, and the fans stood up when he said Farke deserves a chance. And it's not even a chance. He's taken on, yes, he might have the most expensive squad, but when he took us on first, we'd come down from the Premier League and a lot of our players leaving. There was loan clauses, which he maybe didn't even know about. It was carnage, and he still got us, on the edge, and we fell away. And this year, lose 3 best players, and he's about 20 million to spend. And we are a better team this year, better balanced team, better squad, and he should be allowed to have the resources and go and add to this. And I think a lot of fans would be angry if it's anything different, really. So
it was good, wasn't it? The fans absolutely. It's the first time Daniel Farke got the chance as well throughout the ground, and fully deserved. For me, he's up there. He's done something which is, and I think Bielsa is one of the greatest managers we've ever seen at Leeds. And I know there's Wilco and Revy and all that sort of stuff, but Farke's done something which Warnock McDermott, Christensen, Paul Heckingbottom,
Steve Evans.
Steve
Evans was their manager. That's scary.
He's
It's
done
just
something which
scary.
all these guys who were supposed to be decent at their time, even though they aren't, couldn't do. And he deserves it. I completely agree with you. He deserves a crack at it, and I think he will. He's picked us back up, as Colin says there, and he deserves his chance.
Not good enough for the EFL awards, though, is it?
We don't need that.
It just makes you laugh. Gus Hamer. If Trafford or the two centre halves at Burnley had got it, or Brownhill, who's been scoring goals, it's fair enough. They're going to ship it. But Gus Hamer, he was rubbish twice against us, and he's not even ahead on assists and goals. I know there was a maximum of 3 players in the team of the year, but really, the Norwich striker, Josh Sargent, oh God, he couldn't kick snow off a rope, that fella. It's just really bad. Then Scott Blardigan, Parker, he's done all right. I think Farke's done a better job. But hey, it doesn't matter. The awards there don't matter. But it's just, you just look and think, for goodness sake. Neil Warnock got a Lifetime Achievement Award. Was it in an envelope? I don't know. I think the award was given in an envelope.
The best thing they can do now, Gerry, is show the 2 fingers to the EFL and go and win the league now and prove them that they can. They've got Plymouth on Saturday. You're there. I'll be in Leeds, living it up in the old Leeds City Centre. I'm really looking forward to it.
I hope it doesn't turn into a Bournemouth scenario, but there's going to be people who will travel without tickets. There will be people in the Plymouth end, I'm sure. Luckily Plymouth, who were in a great run, they just ran out of steam, and so unless they win 17-0 or something, so their heart's probably not in it. So I really think this is set up for a big win and 100 points in the title. I'm sure there'll be a trophy. The real trophy will be there, and there'll be a replica at Burnley. I think that's how it works. They won't be doing a helicopter. Try and get a helicopter from Burnley. And Burnley are playing Millwall, who somehow are in with a great shot. I mean, it's a great. I was looking at the fixtures there. I think there's only 3 or 4 other fixtures that haven't got something riding on them. The playoffs are so tight, and the last few places. I mean, Preston all of a sudden, from being safe, haven't won a game since March. And watching it all is great because I don't care. I just love the drama. I really don't care. And the playoffs, don't care. I'm going to enjoy the drama. And it's going to be great.
I'm glad you mentioned the playoffs as well, Gerry, because I've been looking at the table and looking at in form. All of the raps, other than Sheffield United, I think have won. Millwall are the only one who potentially could go in for. Millwall in the Premier League is a bit of a bizarre thing to think about. Club of the year, a family club of the year, as you keep saying.
I don't want that to happen.
It's just Sunderland have completely off the rail. The bottom of the form table going into the playoffs. One draw in the last 5.
Since we beat them, their season's been over. Their season's been waiting for the playoffs, hasn't it? Because that was the chance I think they went to. So they've just been in limbo, which is probably the worst place to be. There's a team coming with a bit of, if Blackburn get in there, they've got the momentum and the crowd, but the others are just not good. But I'm looking at, I don't want Millwall, don't like them, don't want to be travelling there on a Wednesday night.
Nope.
I think Blackburn's local, good allocation always from them.
Yeah.
Sheffield United, well, local, it's easy to get to. Sunderland, well, they're close enough. So Middlesbrough.
No London team for us. We just want someone a bit more local. But what will be nice is over the next couple of weeks just to sit back and enjoy Chris Wilder crying and sulking when he gets knocked out by Coventry. In
fairness to him, he dealt well with the Patrick Bamford thing, didn't he? And I think. You think, fair play to you. He goes, if I give it, I have to take it. He says, I was surprised. And I thought I was a bit surprised, although the fans were singing it when Bamford was down there. And I think he sort of smiled when he was warming up last night. But it was good seeing all the players coming out. And one player who, pound for pound, has been our best signing the last couple of years, Sam Byram. He never gets any plaudits, but the amount of games he came in and probably thought he's going to play maybe 5-10 games a season, and he's been integral to the whole thing. He's scored vital goals, and I think he's been great. And you look at the squad and you think, I can see players are going to go, but we don't want to wholesale clear out, and
No.
I think a lot of these players will be squad players. I think we'll a new goalkeeper. I think Melier will go. Kevin Kelleher, he's the man we should get, I think. But whether he'd look at Champions League or something, and we got it. I think Farke would be. He would scare the hell out of me in the Premier League. Salah, imagine him playing right wing and Mo Salah bombing down, and he just it wouldn't work. And there's a few Skilavogi. He's been brilliant and he's done a lot in the background. A few young players coming through, but 6 or 7 signings. Keep enough squad so when we're challenging Champions League next year, we can build on that. The year after.
17th, anything.
Let's play Bournemouth. Let's get all their players out. Bournemouth get fleeced, get their manager taken, get all the good players. I think there's going to be a lot of that going on. Maybe weaken these teams.
Thinking ahead, Jerry, with next year, it's a ridiculous amount of teams which could be in Europe next year, and I think that could be a real hindrance to some teams in there because your likes of your Bournemouths, who could potentially get in there, or who have Brighton, they'll really struggle because it's that Thursday, Sunday, and there's more games now in Europe, isn't there? And you just think, Forest, would it be a little bit too much for them? If they're going to get in the top 5, is it going to be too much? I think I always look back at West Ham when they were in the Conference League and their Premier League kind of campaign took a real hit, didn't it? I think they finished 15th or something under, or whatever it was. I don't know the number, but they were lower table, weren't they? So you just never know, do you? And
you look at teams. You look at Wolves; they'll lose Cunha. I think Man City, Chelsea teams, they've had bad seasons. They'll come again. They'll. Let's hope Man United are the same. That'd be great to beat them. That would be the ultimate. Just to go out and beat them at last. I've beaten them for a while. 9 wins. That's what we need. 9 wins will keep us up, and a few draws. And it doesn't seem much, but I think we got a better chance this time. More resources. Let's see what these Americans have. Let's be celebrating the first round of the Champions League in our new stadium in a couple of years. It looks good, doesn't it? It looks good. I wonder where I'll be sitting. I want for just old time's sake, I want a pole just where I sit. I want that midfielder, because in the West Stand there's a stanchion, and a midfielder always comes out of there. Just when I think we're on a breakaway or the other team's in the breakaway, there's always a midfielder there that stops it. So just from muscle memory, I want one there. I don't think there'll be any stanchions in this stand, but anyway, I'll miss the old West Stand. I'll miss the ground. Somebody said, enjoy, because we might not see a night like that in the old ground ever again.
Absolutely,
but we will be noisy. We will be noisy.
Yeah. I just want to touch on a couple of
points. Alison's right there. We need to be better than 3 teams. 17th will do. Yeah, as long as we don't have to wait till the last game at Brentford like the last time. Yeah. Again, that was a great day. But
it was good. And Ben says he's never saw Ipswich, Leicester, or Southampton to play like that last season. Yeah, I completely agree. I think that for me, as I said, Ben, earlier, for me, it was a Premier League-esque performance, even though Bristol City were shit. There's no doubt about it. How they are the 5th best team in the league is beyond me. And good luck. Do you know, I'd like them. And it was nice to see their fans as well. Give them a mention. They were soaking it up as well, for them as well, and they knew, and that's something. If the ones which are in that, I'd love Bristol City to come up, because they're quite pleasant fans, aren't they? They're quite happy. They're not idiots.
Yeah, we've got a cracking record against them. They haven't beaten us in about 50 years, and there was the last team we had a game against, which was abandoned with Fog. In the 1979. I don't know why that came to me last night, but it did. I just remember it. Yeah. So sad that I am. I remember that sort of stuff. Yeah. And I saw Ross McCormick last night. He was in the Brenner suite, and I said to the PA guy, I said, after Pirros, you didn't mention that this guy was the last player to score 4 goals in a game for Leeds. And he goes, did he? I said, yes. I thought you'd know that. But anyway. I think he mentioned it somewhere else, but it was good to see. Everybody was happy last night. It was lovely. Everybody was hugging and dancing and singing. And my old mate Barry, he's 94 and he sits on the row with us. And he's been going to see Leeds since 1947, and he said it was great. And I take he's seen them all. He's seen John Charles. He's seen them. He even seen Don Bradman bat, and that's that's history for you. So Barry was in great form last night. Yeah, he pretends he comes in. One of the girls helps him in on the stick, and I keep saying the girl, he's not really needs that stick. He just wants to hold on to. No, he's a lovely guy. Barry, he's great, and there's some great people we meet up with up there, and it was great to share all that with them last night.
Yeah, it's what makes it all worth it. It's why you get a season ticket. It's why you go. And as I say, this thing doesn't happen often for Leeds. It's always very late drama, and it's quite nice to get things done nice and early. So Leeds get to that magic 40 points quite nice and early next year when we go. It'd be great. But on to Plymouth and Gerry. Let's go and win the league. Do you think we're gonna? Is this now that we've got the parade to look forward to on Monday? Will the championship trophy be on that bus?
Yes, and I've no doubt. I know we went early on predictions early in the season, which we were vindicated in the end. But it was, I really think we'll pull in another 4 or 5-0, and I would not bet against us get to 100 goals. If we get early goals, watch us get beat. But if we get early goals, I'm sure the players are thinking this. The players, they want to get 100 goals. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it'd be lovely, wouldn't it? 100 goals, 100 points.
It just sets the marker, doesn't it? Because I think if you've got, I know a lot of people talk about Burnley, haven't they, saying that they're going to be really good in the Premier League next year. They've got the defensive record. It's a wall, blah, 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 blah. But that defensive record in the Premier doesn't get you survival. It's your goals. And I think if you can go up scoring plenty of goals, bring that into the Premier and you should be all right. But
it'll be interesting to see what team starts. I was again looking at a lot of those players last night, and I'd seen Farke coming out. I know we joke about him. I think is that the last time we'll see him at Elland Road. I know he had a torrid time, but this season he's been exceptional.
Pat Bamford as well. There's a little no rumours here. He put $5,000 behind the bar, didn't he? At the Peacock.
That was half a day's wages for Pat, wasn't it?
Yeah. He owns too much money, but do you think that could be his last time then, Gerry? Because a lot of players who have gone have done something similar at the Peacock, haven't they? Like Ayling did it as well, didn't they?
It'll be interesting to see where Pat, you look at Wrexham coming up and he's linked, and they need to boost. I mean, Jamie Vardy's not good enough for the Championship, or he's too good for the Championship because he said he doesn't want to play there. I don't think he's going much. I can't see anybody in the Premier League buying you, Jamie. He's off to Wrexham definitely, and it'd be great. Wrexham's only up the road from me here. That was the only thing I would like to be in the Champions, play Wrexham. I just fancy that whole. That would be a whole circus. But
I'll tell you what, the whole Wrexham thing, Joe. I just want to add that they're the new EFL's cash cow. They're replacing Leeds. Enjoy your 12:30 kickoffs and your 5:30s and Sky. Enjoy it all, even though, just enjoy it, Wrexham fans.
We'll be playing a lot of Sundays though with all these European games, but we got to put up with VAR again. Yeah, we got to put up with that bloody Premier League song to play. And I think some of the staff were saying to us last night that because of the Premier League, there's certain things that have to be done, and it's very, very pernickety and everything else, the way things have to be done behind the scenes. We were supposed to get all our new seats, weren't we, last time? The sort of motor racing type seats in the dugout, but I think we got dispensation, then we got relegated. So there's going to be a lot of stuff like that'll have to be done. We'll have a new CEO. Angus will be going. There's a change in recruitment. And you say there'll be a few that those players we won't see again in Leeds shirts. So God, goodness knows who will be talking about this time next year and slagging them up, saying they're not good enough. What a waste of money they were. It all evolves, but one thing that stays constant is us. Us, the fans, the owners come and go, managers come and go, players come and go. But there was people there last night, who, as you said, the guy beside you, 75, the one beside me, 90. There's kids there who just think this is how it always is with Leeds. And there's crusty old blokes like me, and there's a tear in the eye, and you're emotional and everything else. So it's just nice. That's the best way to describe it. It's a nice, warm feeling to be a Leeds fan, and everybody's looking at us. My mate's a Wigan fan, and he doesn't watch. He said first time he sat down and watched Leeds last night, he thought, wow, you were really good. So,
yeah. Well, they were really good. It's just, I just hope that they continue that momentum for me into the Premier.
yeah,
But let's go and win this championship trophy. Let's go and let's get some. We don't want the runners up thing. Even though the job was done, let's go and
there's
win
a
the bloody
runner-up
league
trophy,
now.
isn't there? We don't want that.
Yeah, we
Hey,
don't want that.
no.
We want the proper. We want the full official.
The proper
thing.
old league title.
Yeah,
One we
yeah,
win in '92. That is a brilliant trophy.
yeah,
That's the proper title winning trophy until
yeah.
the Premier League it came in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then you've got the
look forward to
scenes of the promotion parade as well. It'd be great to see everybody down there.
Yeah.
In Leeds, this bank holiday weekend is going to be brilliant, and we've got to enjoy every moment of it, haven't we, Gerry? And you'll be down there. You'll see the lift, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so.
You'll see it down there, and I'll be watching it from the pub in Leeds, loving life.
I'm parked in Tesco's, staying in the town the night before, and walked down to the ground. I remember from last year. It's a nice little stadium, Plymouth. I think Plymouth are, good set of fans, and they're every game for them is a long journey. Not as long as Truro though. Truro have to go to Carlisle in the National League. That made me laugh something. But yeah, Plymouth. I feel sorry for them. Yeah, we're going to battle them, and I think they've nothing to play for, have they? They know. Even though the mathematical chance, which is very vague, they've even said that they're not coming down. And finally, just to say thank you to all the people who message us and say hello and pop up now and again and say, you guys off the podcast, yes, you're rubbish. I don't mind you saying that. It's really nice of you to tune in and say hello. And we just got the platform here to come on and talk bollocks. Well, I do anyway. You talk sense, Arron, and just it's like you get a bad game and you get it out of your system. You're able to talk and you move on to the next game. And you know what? We only had 4 defeats all season. And
crazy.
and
we were thinking, you got to think back, Gerry, 4 weeks ago, it was all doom and gloom. I was thinking, right, I've got to start looking. I booked a holiday when the playoff final is. I've been telling my missus, look, I'm going to be flying back for the day, flying back. I've been thinking, what am I going to do? We conceded ourselves to the playoffs, but they've done it. The job's done, and we've got one more. This isn't the end. We've got we're hopefully reflecting on the Plymouth game and get that job done. Then we can enjoy the summer.
Yeah, enjoy the parade. And then the 18th of June, it's the fixtures, 9 a.m. in the morning. As I say, Everton away will be our first game. And then we think, oh my God, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, all in. Yeah, let's hope we get a decent start. And let's just enjoy it. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
I think it'll be better this time. I think we'll make a better fist of it. And we need to be back there. Football fans want Leeds back there. They hate us, but they don't really. They enjoy the crack. And it's going to be back to those stadiums, the empty ad. Down to Arsenal, all those. Yeah, we're all PSG tonight, aren't we? Well, I am anyway. Yeah. So, you know why I am. I'm not going to go over it again. Yeah.
Gavin says Liverpool Leeds. The first game that was the one last time, wasn't it? When we went up,
that was a great game. We lost that. We won it 4-3. It felt like it. Yeah.
And Colin says they'd be afraid of no one. And we don't. That's the way. Gerry, thanks a lot. Thank you to everybody who has tuned in this evening. If you're watching live, do give us a subscribe if you want. You can listen again on the pod. We'll be back. When we'll be back, Gerry?
Monday.
Tuesday. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday. We'll be around reflecting on Leeds winning the championship trophy. Gerry will be loving life in Plymouth, and I'll be loving life in Leeds. And if you want to say hello, you can do to any of us. Cheers, Gerry. We'll see you on the next one for the final game of the season.
It's been a long one, hasn't it? We've done it.
We've done it. Cheers, Gerry. We'll see you on the next one.
Come on.